doing another voiceover since this was one of the other long battles, one of the few long battles that I've seen so far. GDI versus KAL, I don't know, KAL conglomerate, and lithoids. It's dark because whenever I spawn in lithoids, I always, for some reason, set it to nighttime. And then I unconstant time it so it goes back to being actually visible. Whoa! That's kind of neon. And about to be lit up by flamers. Yeah. This is a fairly big craft. Fairly big battle. A few amount of minor mishaps on KAL's side. Big tank versus TG tank. Got some helicopters here. You may notice that there is a drill craft on the field. That is because I've allowed it personally. There's only one of them, and it's not really doing a lot of stuff. And besides, this is the mining faction. I expect there to be a few drills. There we go. Look at where lithoids look at. Into staring at the front sider and the... I forgot what the craft is called. Juggernaut. It's called the Juggernaut. I will say, in this battle there's a lot of cool looking designs. It was kind of a... really not the greatest time for a battle. A few things went on behind the scenes, so this battle's a little bit more than just a big battle. But hold on. I can just cut that part out. I can do that. Gonna quick look-see over the map, seeing what's going on. Seeing how the forces are spread about. I'm really fond of the big crafts. Because there's always a lot of small landcraft battles, and it's cool and all, but Ashes exists. That's already volume limited. If we've seen so many flamers, I don't get it. Why is there so many flamers this season? It's like they realized that flamers were OP. Or at the very least cool. The helicopter was doing something funny. Might have missed it in the battle or forgot to mention it, but I believe the Juggernaut has despawned due to being very damaged. However, the tanks, I forgot what these are called, but they look really cool. They're just taking a beating from everything and chugging along. I'm very happy to see the amount of cram usage because it makes my heart very happy because I love cram. Nope, looks like the Juggernaut is still alive. Just very heavily damaged. I think it's actually scuttling right now. A little bit of a post note that I should have caught during the battle, and I really should start enforcing. Oh, there it starts scrapping. Those flamers, no, actually those flamers are fine. They are doing a bit of an up and down bob and weave, and with the nature of fleet fights, you get distances like this, where the fights are like 5 kilometers apart. And there's nothing you can really do about that. Because while they're within range of a craft that they're sitting above, and it's totally legal for them to have a little bit of evasion, not toxic, not enough that literally nothing can hit it, since everything is spread out all around, you're 500 meters from an enemy, but the rest of the fleet is a kilometer and a half away, or 2 kilometers away, so they'll never hit you. Which makes those flamers all the more annoying to deal with. A good example of this is the Harmony Swarm, where I've accidentally made them extremely hard to kill once they sit on top of you. Ooh, cram shot there. Well, GDI does have the very RTS look, nicely detailed and all that stuff. I do appreciate some simple stuff. Like a simple nice neon line trim and all that stuff. I don't think there's been a single nation so far that wasn't aesthetically pleasing to look at. Every nation I've seen in the battles up to turn 9, spoiler alert, they've all been good to look at. But the ones with internals, interior decoration, those are the best to look at. Very, very detailed front sider. Looks SD. I wonder if somebody does who made that. Probably. I don't think in the battle I realized how clustered up those tanks were, because they were very clustered up. When I get bored, I try to do some camera things, so there's a little bit of something to look at. But there's only so much I can do at this level. Especially when it's laggy and shift caps decides not to work and really there's nothing to look at. Other than, he got decapitated! Or, that guy is getting flamered. And now he's dead. Look at them go up and down. Once the battle ends, there's not much for me to do. Or once the battle nears the end, there's not much for me to look at. And I think that is the end of the battle. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.